The dude that I was getting the thing off, he's like, why would you say the cat?
Oh.
I'm like, because it's my cat. So you put your hand in your mouse, dog's mouth to say a cat. It's not just a cat. It's my kid's cat.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the needles that I'm talking. That's a nice flower.
The cephalic vein, which is the main sort of vein that runs down the front of the limb, is clotted and is dead.
Okay.
Because of the severity of the inflammation and everything, there is still risks that in the couple of days post-op after surgery, we're not still 100% out of the woods.
Yeah.
Because his body can still start to shut down.
Hello.
No. Coming.
Nothing much. How you going, babe?
Yeah, it's fully.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they've had there was a tendon there,
Yeah.
which she was worried about, but it feels like it's got a big cut there.
Oh, babe.
It's annoying for the gym.
Don't worry about the gym. Just worry about getting better. Don't worry about anything else.
Annoying.
Yeah. You're gonna get much better rest up there than you're going to at home with the cat being here and that. So you just need to heal. You just need to... Don't worry.
Yeah, you with that, man.
Pardon?
I'm worried about you with that.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've run off no sleep for 5 years. What's another few days? It's fine.
That's just that cat in that cage thing.
Yeah.
What are they?
Pardon?
They haven't rang yet.
No. I've been having my phone on loud right next to me all morning and I haven't heard anything yet.
No, so they're going to ring 7:30.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll ring soon because it's nearly 10. Huh?
I don't even remember what happened. I was just talking to that dude and that dude.
That's what happens when you go under. It's so weird and you're like, what was I talking about? Like you don't even know. And then they just get you to count down from 10. Do you remember that?
No.
No. That's so funny.
Oh, nice food. That's good. That's all. I can sort of, yeah, I'll be right. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Got some food.
Oh, I'm starving.
Alright, well I'll come see you a bit later on, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you can't just go to work and kids.
I want to come see you.
The kids are right.
Yeah, they're so fine. Alright, hon, I'll let you go eat your food. Do you want to show me what you're eating?
So I asked them 3 sandwiches and she gave me 1.
Oh, well, you're probably not allowed too much yet.
My hand's on fire. It's just a hand.
Rest up. I might come see you soon. I don't know what's happening with Kit. I don't know. Maybe I should call soon to just see what's happening.
I'll just check my phone.
Because maybe they still try to call you.
No, it's got 400 calls for work today.
I'll give them a call. I'll try calling them now. I will?
Yeah.
Alright, babe. I'll let you know how I go.
So you're right?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just like, I feel good after having a good night's sleep. I washed my hair this morning. Like just those little things to just make you feel a bit more human.
The dude that I was getting the thing off, he's like, why would you say the cat?
Oh.
I'm like, because it's my cat. So you put your hand in your mouse, dog's mouth to say a cat. Like, it's not just a cat. It's my kid's cat.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the nails that I'm talking.
Alright, I'll call the vet. I'll call you back. I'll just check on darling. I didn't realise it was 7:30 that I meant to call.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'll call them. I'll call you back. Okay, love you, bye.
Darling's doing okay this morning.
Yeah.
He's actually quite a bit sort of more sprightly than he was yesterday when he came in.
Yeah.
He's got a bit more strength to him, which I'm quite happy about.
Yeah.
Did Kurt sort of pass on my updates to him last night? Did he pass on what I said to him?
Not too much. You kind of spoke a little bit, but yeah, I would love to hear if that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. So, so yesterday when I took the bandage off Darling, I know, like, I sort of had expectations that the wound was going to be pretty significant, and obviously you showed me a photo, but it was a lot worse than I expected, even so.
Yeah.
And I expressed to Kurt that I had quite a few concerns about it and the sort of the viability of the leg, because what I found was once I got the bandage off, the paw, his actual paw on that leg was really, really swollen and quite cold.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of blood supply to that foot.
Yeah.
There was a little bit, but there wasn't a lot.
Okay.
And a lot of the tissue under, obviously, where the skin's come off, and there's muscle tissue exposed and veins.
Yeah.
And some of, like, the cephalic vein, which is the main sort of vein that runs down the front of the limb, is clotted and is dead.
Okay.
Which, you know, like I was sort of saying to you, you expect that the extent of the wound can take a couple of days to present itself in terms of what tissue is going to remain viable and what tissue is going to die.
Yep.
But I had my senior vet look at it yesterday as well, because it's just quite a significant wound, which I think you guys were new. And obviously I was a bit surprised when you guys came in sort of talking about, questioning whether it was right to be looking at amputation.
Yep.
And I know I sort of talked it down a bit, but I now understand why that was really quite a big discussion for you guys.
Yeah.
And I think, I think it's good to give him a chance, but we're still not out of the woods in terms of whether that leg is going to pull through.
And I just want it, I just want it, whatever's kind of going to be easiest on him. Like, I just don't want him to be in a heap of pain. So that's my biggest concern. Like, I just want to make sure whatever we're doing is fair on Kitty.
Of course, and that's it. And we want to do what's best for him, but it's hard because we've got to toss up, obviously, the current struggle, but also if we take off the leg, it's an easy fix now to some degree, but he's only one and he's got a whole life ahead of him.
Exactly.
Then on 3 legs, and gosh, you'd hope something didn't ever happen to the other front leg,
Yeah.
So what I did for him last night was I actually put a fentanyl patch on him.
Yeah.
I felt he needed a bit extra pain relief to what he was having.
Yeah. So
a fentanyl patch is a stronger opioid than what he was having.
Yep.
And that's kicked in this morning, and we gave him some good pain relief overnight as well. And while because obviously it takes 12 hours to start working the patch.
Yep.
But that's working for him now, and I think that's probably part of why he's feeling a bit more sprightly this morning. He actually sort of tried to stand up while I was examining him.
Yep.
But the other thing that I said to Kurt is I've been syringe feeding him some really good high quality recovery food.
Yep.
And he tolerated it really well last night, and I've given him some more this morning.
Awesome.
He's tolerating it really, really well. So the food that I'm giving him is our, like, critical care food. So it's a wet food, and it's very, very energy calorie dense. So it's great for those patients that aren't really eating super well or need a lot of calories in intake, but you don't have to feed them heaps of it.
Yeah, okay. Are we able to get some of that food then to give him at home?
Definitely.
Yep.
I was sort of wondering if we could keep him in hospital for a couple more days still, though.
If you think that's the best thing to do for him, then that's fine. Yeah,
because then we can be making sure that we are getting good food into him, and also he's on fluids. So I started him on an intravenous fluid pump yesterday as well.
Okay.
He's actually quite dehydrated, even though he was drinking a bit.
Yep.
It just wasn't enough. So I want to he's still a bit dehydrated this morning, better, but still a bit, like, his skin tenting is quite slow, and I think getting his hydration and his food intake back up is going to help, hopefully, with the healing as well. But the other risk, really, the next couple of days which way this leg goes.
Yeah, it'll be good for you guys to be able to keep an eye on it too and kind of see the progress to see what you think we do there.
That's it. And because we're sort of at a potentially critical point that if it starts to actually go downhill and becomes really infected and potentially gangrenous, they can become really ill really quickly with that. Yeah,
okay. So at least if it's there, you guys can kind of take action when it gets to that sort of a point. Yeah, if it does go that way. Yep. Yeah, that's fine if that's the best place. Like, all we want is just whatever's best for him. Yeah.
So that's what I'd recommend at this stage. What I'm thinking for today's plan, and what I was saying to Kurt also last night, is really at this point it's just taking it day by day. Yeah. We do feel it's a bit early to make the call whether we take the limb off or not. Yeah. Give it a couple more days, I think. Yeah. But watching it really closely and just sort of taking it day by day how the wound progresses. Yeah. But today's plan for me would be, in a couple of hours, I'll give him just a little bit of sedation just to relax him so I can get that bandage off again and clean it up again today and replace that bandage. Yeah. But also, so he's had some food this morning, and I'll keep him on fluids and a bit more food tonight. Depending how his limb is looking, I may sort of see if we need to add in a second antibiotic. Yep. For some better bacterial coverage. It just depends. Yeah, no worries. So, I mean, cost-wise, so with that, doing that overnight is $180. Yep. Fluids, we have our initial setup, which was the cost yesterday. Additional bags are about $50 off the top of my head. And then we've got the medication, every time we change the dressing, is $58. Yeah. And then the sedation, usually it's $90, but I'll chat to my boss and see if we can fiddle with it a bit, just because he's having it every day. Obviously. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's going to be around 1,200. Yeah, that's all right. So what I'll do is, in a couple of hours, probably once I've had another look at his bandage today and we've changed it and assessed his wound again today, I'll give you another call with an update and we'll go from there. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. If there's obviously any changes in the meantime, I'll give you a call. But awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. We've been so happy with you guys. We're going to move to our vet down here just so it's closer, and we just want to keep coming up and seeing you guys because you've been so good. So thank you. Oh, that's really kind. Thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot. No, it's so. I know it's hectic what's happening with him, and we just want to make sure that he's in good hands. So yeah. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. He's an absolute pleasure. I'm just so happy with how sprightly he is today. I think he's a bit more himself, which is really good. That's good. If you wanted to come visit him maybe this afternoon as well, well, let's see. I'll chat to you after we've done his bandage change, and then maybe we can organise if you and the kids wanted to come visit him. It's just so much to take in. I'm gonna have to call Kurt. They're keeping Kitty for the next couple of days up there, couple nights, and they're most probably going to end up amputating it. But yeah, she was really good. She's going to call me after she opens her dressing in a couple of hours and let me know how it's looking today. Pardon? How much will that be? Between 1,000 and 1,200 for the 3 days. Yeah, what about cutting his leg off? Or from what I can see online, anywhere from $1 to $6 grand, depending on where you go. Oh, they match your outfit. I think Dad's gonna be very excited to see you. So bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye. Bye. Have you got your picture? Yeah. Did you draw Daddy a special picture? So did Linky, hey? I think he's gonna love it. All right, guys, off we go. Hey, Mila. I keep doing the fake burps still. Off we go. Gonna go first to drop Kitty's medicine off and then to go see Daddy. Third stop, petrol station to get petrol, get some milk. I actually haven't eaten anything, so I probably should get myself some food. Do you like that singing? I love that singing, baby. Oh guys, we didn't get to see Kitty, did we?
while we were in there, they were actually changing the dressing, so we won't get to see Kitty today, but I'll come back up tomorrow. Hopefully get to see Kit. I know which room he is in. I think he's down this way. Yep. Oh, babe.
Hello, guys.
Daddy, I bought you a special letter.
Thank you.
There's you and Mummy and the blue sky and the clouds and I draw the sun.
Do we open it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll open it for Daddy. How you feeling?
Huh?
How you feeling? Still nauseous?
No, it's starting to get a bit better. Thank you. Oh, Mila, it's so pretty.
That flower is a little bit different, isn't it?
That's a nice flower.
It's a stingy flower.
My goodness gracious. This is a cloud.
Mm-hmm. I know how to draw clouds now.
Yeah, very
I just
nice.
learned it because I've been practicing.
Very good. Best drawing thing I've ever seen.
When I've been drawing pictures at school of clouds and in the sky and the sun, and I've been learning really good about it.
You have, haven't you?
Hang on.
You're going.
Better than you.
Oh.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, good. Hey, Mila. Okay, else the shirt on, do.
That's blue. Maybe it could be Crystal. Crystal's wears brown though.
Nah, he was in getting the dressing changed when we went. So they said to us, they're like, not a very good time to see him right now because the actual thing was off.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no.
Oh,
You're right. Oh, you're right.
When I think about yesterday, my oh my, my oh my, a kiss and so I did.
And then when he feels like seeing Mom, he can just look at the picture and run.
Oh, that's so cute. This is from Linky.
Ready?
I'm guessing they did some tracing there.
The car.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so funny. Trying to get the tapped away.
Do I turn it off?
No, it'll go off by itself.
Bye, hon. I love you.
Bye.
Hopefully see you soon. I'll probably come back up and see you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Don't want me to go? I can stay.
No, it's just
Stay
something. It's
longer.
just fine.
Say bye-bye to Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
Give him a cuddle. Give him a cuddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, she put it in my bag. We might come up and see Daddy tomorrow with Linky, hey? Maybe tomorrow in the morning or something. Oh, no, because they're going to be at school.
Don't worry about
Maybe tomorrow, Arvo.
it.
Oh, bye.
No coffee. We found it. Hit the jackpot. Should we both make one now? Because I kind of want one.
Look, I took photos and I actually had a chat to one of the surgeon specialists at BSS
Yeah.
about his leg. I know, it's not going to obviously have improved magically overnight, but we were pretty concerned that the paw was actually a bit more swollen even so than yesterday.
Okay.
And just, going back to the extent of the loss of skin.
Yep.
So I had a chat to one of the surgeons and he's unfortunately recommended that we do remove the leg. The leg might not be completely unviable at this point, but there are significant damages there in cats. Cats are maybe actually not as good as their skin healing than dogs.
Yeah.
And with the 360 degree of loss of skin, obviously that's just a really big deficit. If there was like a strip down the leg maybe missing, then you've got a bit more healthy skin for it to come from.
Yep.
But realistically, if you were going to try and save the limb, you'd actually be looking at not just bandaging it, but looking for reconstructive surgeries.
Yep.
Plural, like multiple reconstructive surgeries, at least 6 months of work.
Yep.
You know, pretty drastic sort of reconstructive surgeries, which sometimes cats don't tolerate very well. So it'd be around about sort of 15,000.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's a lot of work, and at the end of the day, you're still not, guaranteed to save the limb.
Yeah.
And at least sort of 6 months of putting him through that as well.
Yeah.
The concern at the moment is that we've got a source of significant inflammation, discomfort and pain.
Yeah.
And he's actually developed a temperature today as well.
Okay.
It could be infection. The concern would be that it's infection. It could just be the degree of inflammation that he's got systemically as well. But obviously we've got this really damaged limb, and we do have the ability to remove it, and that removes the pain. It removes the source of infection.
Yeah. So what's involved with amputating? Like, how long does it take to heal after it's done, and like the cost as well?
Yes, definitely. And that's what I was about to say, and what James was saying is, if you're trying to save the limb, you've got potentially up to or more 6 months long work.
Yeah.
If you take the limb off, you have the surgery, and 2 weeks later, they're sort of running around and back to normal, basically.
That's so good to hear that he'll be feeling better so quickly.
It's a very quick turnaround.
Yeah,
because you're removing the source of the unwellness,
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So the only other thing that I would do, if we're keen to go down this path, I would do a blood test for him this afternoon and just check where he's at systemically, looking at his white blood cell count, platelets, kidneys and liver function, and just make sure that's going to help us have a better idea of prognosis for him, because obviously we need to make sure that he is stable to go through the surgery
For
itself,
sure. Yeah, that
heal.
sounds great.
So just checking that everything's looking good on blood. What I'm also would like to do for him is start him on an additional antibiotic for broader coverage.
Yep.
And I'm thinking actually to keep him on the injectable antibiotics for now, just because then we know that they are definitely getting absorbed really well.
For sure.
They need to do.
Yeah.
So we would do the blood test this afternoon, start him on the additional antibiotics, have him in still overnight on fluids, and give him some more food this afternoon as well and this evening.
Yep.
And then go into surgery with the view to go into surgery tomorrow.
Yep.
And then probably just because it's not as simple of a surgery as him coming in and being all well and having his limb removed, but he's obviously had a lot of trauma and a lot happened in the last couple of days. We'd probably still keep him in overnight after the surgery.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if everything's going well, with the view to send him home on Thursday.
Okay. And what's the cost to amputate his leg as well?
So cost-wise, currently our bill from yesterday and up until this point, including our dressing change this afternoon as well, we're at $703.
Yep.
So estimate, which includes obviously surgery in itself as well as the blood test this afternoon,
yep.
Antibiotics for tonight and tomorrow night, overnight care tonight and tomorrow night,
yep.
Pain relief afterwards, everything like that.
Yep.
We're looking at between sort of 2,800 to around 3,000.
That's fine. If you know what I mean, the cost of the long run of keep doing what we're kind of doing anyway, if that's going to make him better and he's and he's going to be out of pain, I think that's the way to go.
Thanks for calling me back.
That's okay.
I just want to let you know with Darling's blood results.
Yeah.
Generally, they're pretty good. So his kidney and liver function, that's all normal, and we don't have any concerns there.
Yeah.
He does have, so his neutrophils, which are a type of white blood cell which come in with infection. Yeah. His levels of those types of white blood cells are severely low.
Okay.
Which is not surprising given everything that's going on.
Okay.
But it confirms, it sort of supports our decision to remove the leg though as well.
Okay.
Obviously, the significant amount of inflammation, and it's not good that they're that low, but we are combating it with supportive care with the fluids and the antibiotics.
Yep.
And it supports the plan to remove the leg tomorrow as well.
Okay, great. Yep.
But the good news is that like everything else on his blood is looking good. Reiterates as well the severity of the inflammation and the traumatic state that his body is in.
Yep.
So obviously, relatively stable to go to surgery, but his body has been through a lot.
Yeah.
And there is still risks. I think more so risks at this point with healing and post-op recovery.
Okay.
So ideally, hopefully, surgery goes well and recovery goes well, and like we're talking about, 1-2 weeks down the track, he's bouncing around and back to normal self.
Yeah.
But because of the severity of the inflammation and everything, there is still risks that in the couple of days post-op after surgery, we're not still 100% out of the woods.
Yeah.
Because his body can still start to shut down. So what can happen with these guys, from the infection, the body has this overwhelming inflammatory response.
Yeah.
And that inflammation itself can set off a cascade.
Yeah.
Where the body starts to shut down, and we're not seeing that at the moment. That's what we were checking in the blood to see if that has started to affect the kidney and the liver function and everything. Yeah. And there's no evidence of that at the moment, but I chatted to the surgeon again after his blood test just to double check that, we're still on the rack and everything, and he just sort of reiterated that there is still that risk that his body can still sort of go into overdrive and shut down after surgery as well. Yeah. So what we'll probably do is after surgery we'll repeat his blood test either tomorrow night or Thursday morning just to see where everything's at. Yep. And like I was saying, ideally with the view for him to go home on Thursday, but obviously playing it by ear depending on how it's going after surgery. Yeah. The risk with him going into what we call sepsis and then what we call SIRS, which is your sort of multi-organ failure from the inflammation. It is a small percentage, but obviously we just have to be aware that is a small possibility, a small risk for him. Yeah. And with the inflammation, cats can sometimes throw blood clots as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but it's all looking pretty promising.
At the moment, it's looking good. Did you have any other questions at this point?
I guess my only thing is, I mean, just like, I guess the quicker you get it have like his leg off, the less likely that things will get worse, hey?
Yes and no. It's a really difficult balance of getting it off soon enough so that, yes, it doesn't get to the point where it's really bad, but also making sure that he is stable to go into surgery. It'll be of benefit at this point with how he's doing clinically and how his bloods are looking. That it's more beneficial to wait to go to surgery tomorrow rather than to go in tonight because then we've got 12 hours of antibiotics on board
for sure,
fluid care and additional energy calories from the food as well from today.
Perfect. Whatever's going to be the best thing for him sounds good. Yeah.
His bandage tonight, I put clovers. It's got little lucky clovers on it.
Oh.
He needs all the luck.
Oh, that's so cute. Could you send me a picture of him?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.